The students, it is the second video for week 12, and we are learning technical and scientific report writing. The students, let's move further. Purpose of an engineering and technical report. Let's see it. The main purpose of engineering and technical report is to present a solution to a problem in order to prompt action. That here it speaks that in engineering, that there always happen lots of issues, and the expert do research and find out the solutions. Especially in software engineering, all the applications that you are utilizing are basically the projects of the people, and all the projects in bare form, in simplest form, are actually the technical issues which they people have solved applying the different theories and equipment. Fine. Well, for example, memory enhancement. Fine. Let's for example we talk about that people are utilizing, hundreds and thousands, millions of people are using these social apps, and infinite data is being loaded and managed in everywhere around the world instantly. How that all is possible, whereas a desktop application, when you have huge amount of the data, your hard disk and the other disk in the storage in your computer fills. Now, how to improve the infinite data, like the big data, for example, they all are the scientific issues, and all the research papers, all the projects, all the gadgets which have been devised to arrange the data or to store the data, they are all the technical issues, and the description and solution by the expert about these issues in written form are called the technical report. So all the research papers about every scientific issue, they are, other words, are the technical reports. Technical reports provide a record of your developing expertise and are a legal record of your work and decision making. This is the another aspect of the technical report, that, for example, progress report of a project, in which a project was started and continued over a year, in which lots of sections and segments were designed. So a progress report actually explains the development, that what was the project, different portion of the project, when it was started, how it was developed, okay, which person or the company took part, and which part they devise and targets and all that. Clear? The reports are not just description, but also a record, that at the later stage, if there happens any inaccuracy, for example, in our country where the people when the projects are designed, unfortunately, either they demolish, either they start wrecking, diminishing, or there happen lots of uh, inaccuracies. Therefore, then the record is called about the contractor, material, development, time, everything is then reassessed. So it is a legal record also. And I have already discussed that reports are written for the information and for the top management or for the directors and decision makers to take decision and improve the work. The students, what are the, now we move to technical report structure. Clear that what is the structure of the technical report, layout of the technical report. The first thing we have to learn is title page, in which you clear. Second is abstract, a brief description of page or 1.5 page. Table of contents, list of figures, executive summary, okay, glossary, list of definitions, introduction, body, the main part of the report, explanation and development, conclusions, recommendations and suggestions, appendixes, and letter of the transmittal. Normally, the letter of the transmittal mean a letter is attached with addressing to whom this report is being presented, and the writer also explain his intentions and explains the targets related to or targets assigned to him. The students, I would explain each and every part one by one. Title page. Title page is the front page, okay, and we first mention the title. Actually, it is a final project report of the software engineering students. Fine. This is the title page. Course enrollment advisor. Fine. And in the middle is the logo. Name and position of the writer. Here it is simply written by the student. Clear. But whenever you are an expert, for example, Saidur Rahman research coordinator. Fine. For example, suppose if you are working as a researcher, as a team lead, as a software assessment expert, whatever is your position, we mention it here. Principal reader mean to whom it is being submitted, means to whom, to supervisor, to department, and the date of submission. So this was the front date, but there is another page. Clear? This page is printed on outer layout in the start of the report, and there is another page within the report. The remaining information is printed on in that page. Remember, students, one thing, that the name of the project should be at the top. Clear? And down you find the section and the organization, and this is the date, spring 2022. Should we move further? Executive summary or abstract. A technical report summary or abstract should include a brief overview of your investigation, outcomes and recommendations. Means in business report, the executive summary means that you explain the entire project in 1 page or so, 1.5 page, in which we express the very key points about the project is called executive summaries. Fine. These executive summaries are also written before every chapter. Meaning, business report writing, before this chapter formally starts, there is a summary, the main points about every chapter. Okay, now abstract. Abstract is the similar thing, but in scientific and technical reports. A description of the page of the project on 1 page or 1.5 page is called abstract. Abstracts are the gist or extraction of the report, and they are highly condensed information. Abstract writing is one of the major skills for the technical and business writing. Abstracts are written to give a brief to the expert who don't find much time to go through the lengthy reports. Fine. Abstracts are divided into 3 main categories: informational, descriptive. Clear? A good abstract is the combination of both. Fine. And wherever you open a research paper, you find abstract. The students in the online sessions, we have also learned the abstract. We have learned how to write abstract in the classes. Fine. So what, be it is abstract or executive summary, it should include all the key information your reader needs to make a decision without them having to read your full report. Do not treat your summary as an introduction. It should act as a stand-alone document. There are very key points that executive summary or abstracts, they should not be in like introduction where you start our project is this, and in this project we are going to have this and that. Never. They should be highly condensed report about what that project is. Simple, one line, one sentence, compact sentence about introduction of the problem, introduction of project, write a brief about problem, scope of the project. Okay, methodology, mean the development, the main action or the main research you have made, just express it. Okay, then behavior, findings, recommendations, they should be the part of the abstract. Mean what that project is, why mean problem statement, scope mean utility, benefits, impact, methodology in from software engineering point of view, methodology means the designing, findings mean the final behavior of your application, final output, whether that application has solved the problem according to your design or not. Recommendations, that are there any chances, and there are always chance of development, and suggestions, that if you wish to add something in future by you or by other teams, you must mention it. And here is the tip. The tip is that do write your abstract once you have finished or complete with your report. जब आप एक दफा अपनी सारी रिपोर्ट लिख लें और उसमें हर चीज आपको क्लियर हो जाए, तो बेटा फिर आप जो है वो एब्स्ट्रैक्ट जो है उसको लिखें. Table of contents. Dear students, table of content is one of the major section of the report, and table of content primarily are the outlines. Clear that when an outline is formally organized and expressed under a specific format of the report like APA style, MLA, IEEE, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ शिकागो, यानी कि जब रिपोर्ट वो जो आप आउटलाइन बनाते हैं उसको जब हम किसी एक खास रिपोर्ट राइटिंग फॉर्मेट के तहत बेटा उसको ऑर्गेनाइज कर लेते हैं, तो दैट इज कॉल्ड टेबल ऑफ कंटेंट्स. What are the benefits? We have expressed this already in outlining, that outlines help the writer to specify the objective, content, and layout. Fine. And by reading outlines, the audience understands quickly about the project. For example, this is the table of content and outline: certificate, acknowledgement, dedication, abstract, chapter 1 introduction, chapter 2 project, chapter 3 conceptual modeling. Now this is the complete framework. Okay, and for the reader it is quite easy to understand that what would be included in the project: background, introduction, interrelation reviews, screenshots of the related projects, related softwares in the markets. The writer is easily can scroll and understand. For example, the writer is interested about the functional requirements. He would read and can see functional requirement page 16. He would jump to page 16 and will finds the relevant information there. This is the importance of the table of content. Dear students, all the reports do contain the content list, but the mega reports or the major reports or lengthy reports do have the long table of content. So a table of content is a brief schema of the entire book from chapters and relevant details and the page numbers. Introduction. Dear students, in technical and scientific report writing, introduction is the first portion of the report. Introduction primarily means to open a discussion. Introduction means the word, sentences, expression through which you start your discussion is called introduction. In scientific and technical report writing, introductions are always simple statements. There we avoid giving definitions and examples. We simply introduce our subject matter in a general manner, sporting with the relevant information. Let's read about it. A technical report introduction provides context for the problem being addressed, that in which we explain the reason or the technical problem for which the report is developed. discusses relevant previous research, give the clue to the people have already discussed, and states your aim or hypothesis. That in introduction manner section, we only express that what we are going to do and what is our point of view. Fine. To help consider these questions, to for the writing of an effective introduction, explore and ask following questions from you. What have you investigated? I mean, about the project, what have you investigated? What material you have read? What thing you have designed? How does your study fit into the current literature? Clear that whatever you have learned, have you searched it through the relevant uh, documents? I mean, from where you have studied the books, research papers, models, uh, dictionaries, whatever the source and content you have discussed, we have to keep the record of all this and be should know this, that the literature the we have studied should be relevant to our project. What previous studies found in the area, that the previous people, the people who have already worked on the same line, have they say about it, why it is worth investigating, और फिर जो आप कहना चाह रहे हैं वो क्यों जरूरी है, what was the experiment about, how did you do it, clear, or how you have given a written. Mean in the report we have to give the entire framework, that about the entire project, के पूरे project में क्या होना चाहिए and what you expect to learn from it. Well, the students, in simplest manner, for the students of computer sciences, computer science or software development, following things you must write in the introduction. Number one, what is your project? Number two, theory of the project. For example, you are making an application B, whether it is related to social, business, or other manner. Number three, history, that how, since when such applications started into being or people started working on, or just give the clue which was the earliest application according to your knowledge. Scope, mention the scope. Okay, also give fine and line of development. के रिपोर्ट के इंट्रोडक्शन के अंदर ही हम बता देते हैं that the discussion in the entire report will be comprised, for example, chapter number 2 is literature review, chapter number 3 is conceptual modeling, chapter number 4 is execution and development and execution, chapter number 5 conclusion, references and annexure. तो आपने इंट्रोडक्शन के अंदर ही ये सारी चीजें एक एक दो दो सेंटेंसेस में बयान करके, so this is another start, clear, of the application of the technical report. But be careful that in the introduction section we avoid giving lengthy examples or statements or this and that. This is just the start. Okay. Dear students, the second thing in the introduction is the problem statement. That in scientific report writing, we have to express the problem statement clearly. For example, a student management system is a application. Now the students are confused in writing the problem statement. The problem statement is actually that the technical issue, which your supervisor or the project director and the team tells you about. That, for example, uh, let's understand it. Software engineering is the digitalized solution, clear, of our problems. Is the digitalized solution of our problem. Fine. Therefore, problem statement here means that whatever problems happen technically from software development, mean student management system, clear, there you are improving something. For example, you are adding their phone numbers, you are generating alerts, this and that. So deficiency in the format or in the technicalities of the application actually are your problem. मिसाल के तौर पर वो आपको कहते हैं कि जनाब यहाँ पर अलर्ट जनरेट कर दें, टीचर्स को अलर्ट जनरेट हो जाए, जो लोग फी जमा नहीं करा रहे उनको एक चलान जो है उनके पेरेंट्स को चला जाए, एंड दिस function doesn't exist in the previous application. So it is your problem that the current applications about the student management system lack the feature of generating online alert and fee vouchers to their parents resultantly. And the problem is that now just cut short, स्टूडेंट को कट शॉर्ट करते हैं. मिसाल के तौर पर आपने एक फी जनरेटिंग अलर्ट जो है वो उनके पेरेंट्स को देना है. दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम कि जो एप्लीकेशन पहले मौजूद है उसके अंदर पेरेंट्स को कोई पता नहीं है कि उनका बच्चा जो है, ये प्रॉब्लम ये है कि एक स्टूडेंट घर से फी लेकर आता है और यहाँ फी जमा नहीं करवाता, खा उड़ा देता है, घर जाके बता देता है कि जनाब मेरी मैं तो फी जमा करवा आया हूँ. अब जो हमारे पास फॉर एग्जांपल एक एप्लीकेशन है उसके अंदर ये अलर्ट सिस्टम ही नहीं, तो ये प्रॉब्लम है. अदर दिन पेरेंट्स आते हैं और वो कहते हैं हमने जी बच्चे को 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 हज़ार जो भी दिया है, इसने कहा है मैंने फीस जमा करवाई हुई है. क्लियर? सो दिस इज द टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम दैट द स्टूडेंट्स टेक फी, do not submit, and they cheat both university and the parents. ठीक है. अब ये प्रॉब्लम है जो जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम है. टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम ये है कि एप्लीकेशन के अंदर ऐसा कोई जो फंक्शन है वो है ही नहीं. आपको ये कहा गया कि टू क्रिएट दैट फंक्शन. दिस इज द टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम. अब आप इसको जब लिखेंगे तो यू कहेंगे द टीचर स्टूडेंट्स university students most often sometimes the university students take fee from their parents and they are likely to submit to the admin office, but they don't, and they tell lie to their parents. Other day they when failed, their parents complain and revealed it that the student brought the fee but didn't submit. Okay, therefore it is required to have an advanced feature of the fee generating alert that for the parent that a voucher of the fee be generated online and is received on the smart apps of their parents. Clear? And they will also send the feedback when the fee is duly submitted in the bank and the record is maintained in the office, and they will have the alert whether their boy or girl has submitted the fee or not. So problem statement description is very important, and the problem statement should be described in descriptive manner, in a very precise manner, pinpointing the issue. The students, unfortunately, when the students come to us in the final project after the final documentation, Their problem statement is often erroneous, ambiguous, and complex. Therefore, understand the problem, the issue properly so that you may handle your project properly. And at the later stage, you may be able to write the documentation properly. Thank you very much.